What is Cardano for beginners? You've already heard of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other blockchain projects. Maybe you've even heard of Cardano. Every time you open YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok, some influencers recommend you to invest in all kind of crypto projects. And even your friends tell you how successful they are in trading. But there's a problem. You're not an IT nerd. You don't have the time to spend days and nights dealing with cryptocurrencies because you have higher priorities, such as family or work. But don't worry. On this channel, I'll try to explain the blockchain technology and Cardano in particular in a way that really everyone can understand. I'm Julien, official Cardano Ambassador, and I'm glad you're watching. Fasten your seatbelt and let's get started. To explain Cardano to you as simple as possible, I've divided this video into 4 sections: blockchain, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Cardano. Blockchain. Blockchain is a database to which you can only write. Once written values cannot be deleted or changed. You can think of it as a history book that thousands of people keep an eye on. As soon as someone tries to change something in the book, it will be noticed immediately. Example, we have a history book that is distributed in various universities around the world. Imagine that greedy Ryan has evil intentions and wants to rewrite history and change the outcome of World War II. He writes that Vietnam was the winner of World War II. Thousands of history teachers around the world will compare their version of the book with Ryan's version and prove that he was trying to manipulate. From our simple example, we can derive the following. Blockchain is a database that is distributed, decentralized, immutable, and transparent. Digital currency example. Now let's have a look at a very realistic example of blockchain. Blockchain is mainly used to store financial transaction data, the history book of money, so to speak. Bob wants to send 1 coin of a digital currency to Alice. This transaction is stored in the blockchain on thousands of servers spread all over the world. In this way, transaction after transaction is stored. Let's take the example of greedy Ryan again. He runs a server and manipulates the transactions so that he is the recipient. Since the blockchain is transparent and uses a consensus algorithm, servers around the world notice this attempted fraud and deny Ryan's transaction. By the way, did you notice there is no central authority, no boss, no middleman? The banks are on the outside. There is no risk of a bank going bankrupt or being hacked. That makes cryptocurrencies relatively safe. And now let's see why blockchain is called blockchain. All transactions within a certain period are packaged into a block and verified by the blockchain server nodes. After the block is verified, it is written to the blockchain. Next block, same procedure. All transactions are packed into one block and added to the chain of blocks. Blockchain. Bitcoin. Now that you know what blockchain is, let's talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the first popular cryptocurrency in the world. Bitcoin is not only a cryptocurrency, but it's also based on blockchain technology. The Bitcoin blockchain records all financial transactions made with Bitcoin. This means that we have Bitcoin server nodes all over the world. And when Bob sends 1 Bitcoin to Alice, that transaction is stored in the blockchain. Again, we have a consensus algorithm that decides which transactions are valid and which are not. Bitcoin's consensus algorithm is based on proof of work. This means that Bitcoin server nodes around the world have to solve a cryptographic puzzle. The first one to solve the puzzle can write the next block. However, this hashing performance consumes a gigantic amount of energy. It is said that the energy consumption of all Bitcoin nodes around the world is as high as that of the European country Belgium. Also, there have been efforts to have more functions for Bitcoin than just sending it from A to B. For example, having complex contracts. This is where the second generation of blockchain was born. Ethereum. The first project of the so-called second generation of blockchain is called Ethereum. Ethereum brought smart contracts into play. Smart contracts allowed users to set up digital contracts. When certain conditions occur, a certain set of actions is triggered. Let's have a look at the following example. Bob wants to buy a car from Alice. In this smart contract, they agree on certain conditions, such as the price, the place of delivery, or the payment terms. When all these conditions are met, the ownership is transferred from Alice to Bob. Since the contract is transparently on the blockchain, no one can claim the fact that the contract was changed by the counterparty after it was made. Ethereum was and still is very successful. However, there was still this big problem, the problem of high energy consumption due to the proof of work consensus algorithm. Therefore, many blockchain developers have tried to find a more ecological solution. Cardano. Given the strength and weakness that Bitcoin and Ethereum brought to the table, Cardano's founders, Charles Hoskinson, who was by the way one of the co-founders of Ethereum, and Jeremy Wood planned an entirely new blockchain approach. While Ethereum was basically built on trial and error, the Cardano founders decided that they wanted to build Cardano on academic principles. They decided to develop a proof of stake consensus algorithm instead of the very energy-consuming proof of work concept. Today, we call this third generation blockchain. Even before the first line of code was written, they began academic peer-reviewed research. While other blockchain projects came and disappeared, the team behind Cardano spent a lot of time doing their homework and decided not to run certain features of Cardano too quickly. They prefer to have them cross-checked by other academics around the world first. This is why Cardano is so popular with developers, entrepreneurs, and regular community members. And this approach has proven to be the right one. Meanwhile, Ethereum and other blockchain projects have started to adopt the proof of stake algorithm as well. I hope I could give you a good overview on the history of Bitcoin, Ethereum and Cardano. In the next video, I want to tell you a little bit more about Cardano and its ecosystem. Make sure to subscribe to this channel. Also, I'd be interested to hear how you like this video. Feel free to leave me a feedback so I know how to shape the content in the future.